Hey everyone, I'm King of Valence. Thanks for watching this very interesting speedrun. This is Treble Stage, completed in 1 minute and 25 seconds. Right away, I want to make it clear that everything in this run is done without mods and can be done on every version of Spore. This is done on the latest version of Spore in Steam. This is more of a fun category to demonstrate some of the tricks we've discovered in Spore, and allows for a pretty interesting run for Treble Stage. After this run, I'll give a detailed explanation on how this run was possible. At the start of the stage, I'm going to send just the chieftain to gather. All I need is 25 food to buy the wooden horns. Go in and out of the travel planner to skip the you have a new item animation, so that'll help save a couple seconds when we drag out the wooden horns onto the tribe. We won't need to buy any babies for this run, so we just need food for the instruments. As soon as the tribal chieftain places the food, I'll place down the new instruments, and send them to get the instruments, and everyone is going to go to the location where I'm predicting the one and only tribe will spawn in this run. In this run, we already have the Firework ability. Normally in individual levels, we don't allow consequence traits, but that's one of the perks of this category. I'm using the Firework very specifically here. I'm putting the tribal chieftain where I believe he's on the edge of the tribe. This is so the AoE effect of the Firework makes the chieftain near enough to villagers to make them friendly with us, but far enough away where there's one villager that won't see the Firework. This way, this villager won't be distracted and doesn't want to dance to the Firework, so they can be performed to much quicker. So the chieftain places down the Firework, and these two close tribe members are going to start dancing and celebrating to the Firework, but this far villager on the far left will still be able to be performed to immediately, because he won't see the Firework and won't be distracted and not want to dance. So then you just perform like normal, and you become to the green happy face, and as soon as we're done, the level will complete. And there's blue arrows for the progress bar, and this would allow you to advance into Civilization stage. So how's this possible? This was done using Planet Sculpting Tools in Space Stage by another save game. Congrats if you figured that out. I'm going to show how to set this up, but first it's important to understand how home planet configurations and spawn locations work. There are 15 different home planets Spore can choose from. These are all the Civilization Stage minimaps. I like using this planet in this run and all my other speedruns. On the home continent, there are always 5 spawn locations, 5 creature stage nests, 5 possible city locations, even though only 4 are used, and 5 tribal stage starting positions. This planet has a large monolith on the shoreline, so we'll use that to orient ourselves. Up here is where the first nest in creature stage starts, then the second nest, that's where the first migration is, then the third nest, that's the second migration, next to the monolith. There are also nests 4 and 5 that we could migrate to in creature stage if we wanted to. Here's a simplified view of the continent. To set up Tribal Stage, we're going to use Planet Sculpting Tools to carve out a small island out of the continent and remove the land right where the other nests are located. That's why it's important to know where they are. If all the other spawn locations are underwater, the game can't spawn us there, so it can only spawn us on the small island. And the island is only small enough for one other tribe to spawn. After allying the only tribe, the game just thinks we did the whole stage, because they can't spawn any other tribes. Now I'll show in Space Stage how it looks after changing the surface. I'm going to go back to the monolith just to give us some context. Here's a small island that the tribal stage took place on. Nest 2 is gone, Nest 3 is gone, and Nests 4 and 5 are gone. The older versions of Spore are more lenient with how many changes can happen to the home planet, but in the newer versions, after too many changes, the planet will reset. So this was a bit tricky to get and work perfectly, but I'll make this galaxy available for download so you don't have to do it yourself. I hope this was interesting and informative. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time.